Hey, Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Yeah, kind of roughing it out here in the camper this week. Holiday weekend coming. So, sorry for the lighting. I can't quite get the lighting right in here where it's not fuzzy. So, sorry about the little scruffy stuff. Anyway, I don't think I've done a reading for you before, so I'd like to explain real quick kind of how this works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me. They also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. I try to describe the picture the best I can. There's always a reason for whatever they show or say. So if it doesn't make any sense now, keep it in mind. Because you'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later. This is non-exact science. We communicate the best way we can. So sometimes you're going to have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. The details are none of my business. So he should give me just enough so you know what he's referring to. And I have people that come back like a year later and they go, a couple things, didn't make any sense. And I watched it 2 or 3 times over the year, and then things just started going into place. So don't discount it if it doesn't make any sense now. They know what we need to hear, maybe not what we want to hear. So we're going to talk to your grandfather. He kept telling me earlier, Camp Creek, Camp Creek. Now I'm at a lake and I'm camping, but that's not what he's talking about. Where I live, there's a little church out in the country called Camp Creek Church. Or he's talking about a camping by a creek. He's not making it clear, so that you might have to stretch it outside the box a little bit. And he just keeps saying it over and over, Camp Creek, Camp Creek. So either you've recently been camping by a creek, or he used to take you camping by a creek, or this could be about the little Camp Creek church out in the country. That's just the way they communicate. So he says he remembers bouncing you on his knee. Like bouncing when you were little bitty. I usually ask them not to go back so far that you can't remember that, but maybe there's a picture of you where he's bouncing you on his knee. You sent me a picture of something. I don't even remember what it looked like. Maybe there's more pictures than if that was you in the picture. But he's talking about bouncing you on his knee. He says things should be crystal clear to you. You're wanting some answers, but you already have the answers. It should be crystal clear to you. But it's like, he's not saying what kind of a subject he's talking about, though. What area of your life. It's like, it's crystal clear. You know it is, but you're turning your head. You're turning your head away from it. You don't want to see it. You don't want it to admit it, acknowledge it, something. Trying to get him to tell me. What? No, now he's hopping around. Hang on. I can't get him to tell me if it's a friend, if it's a partner, a coworker, something that you're trying to deny that's happening, and yet it's crystal clear and you know it, but you don't want to see it. So something that somebody is doing, has been doing to you or around you or something in some type of relationship. I know that sounds awful vague. It's his show. It's his ball game. Okay, did he used to smoke? Sometimes you're going to get the smell of cigarette smoke. It seems to be some type of smoke, but it seems to be cigarette smoke. And sometimes you could be sitting in your living room, you can be in your car, you can be outside. You can be walking through the store and you get this whiff. That'll be a sign from him that he's around, that he's trying to let you know that he's around. And when you get that, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want him. It's your free will choice. He keeps saying ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. So there's something that's going to ding-a-ling. He's being awful vague about stuff. Something that's going to go ding-a-ling. He's not even telling me if it's a bell, if it's a phone, if it's a... Maybe you have a ringtone on your phone that sounds like a bell. And that's not going to... Nope, 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 nope. He says no. Something about ding-a-ling. Some ding-a-ling, a bell. Ding-a-ling, a bell. That you'll hear every so often. That'll be another sign from him. So know whenever you hear that, it doesn't matter if it's in a movie, if you walk by a toy in the store, it doesn't matter where this ding-a-ling is. That'll be another sign from him. He says he doesn't bother you too much, but that he's a watchful guardian over you. It's like he brings his strong presence, his strong manly energy around sometimes when he thinks you need it. So if you're having a bad time over something, or, you know, we all have those days, and you just feel like you could use a little extra help, you know, pulling out of it, call on him. You would be surprised what they can do from the other side. Call on him and ask him to bring you some strength, or some encouragement, or courage, or he says manly essence. He's going to bring you manly essence when you need it. Seriously, ask him. And then just wait and see what you feel, or see if you feel a little more pepped up when you get up in the morning, or anything like that. He's got a very quiet demeanor, at least now. He says he really didn't when he was here, but now he's like laid back, quiet, relaxed, kicking it. He says he's kicking it and enjoying it. And he's talking about hair of the dog. Now, to me, hair of the dog is like when you wake up with a hangover the next day and you take another drink. That's what I know, hair of the dog. Not unless maybe you have a hairy dog at home. He's saying something about wash your dishes. I think he's telling you to wash your dishes. You got dishes in the sink? A lot of times they come through and they tell me, clean up your desk, Rhonda. Your desk is getting messy, Rhonda. They boss me around a lot. You have grown up to be a fine young man. Fine young man. I'm very proud of you. Boy. He's calling you boy. Maybe he used to call you boy when he was here. Now he's calling you son. I know he's your grandfather, but maybe he used to call people, hey son, hey son. Or he thought of you more as a son than a grandson. I said he's being a little vague. Trying to get some details out of him, but he's not coughing it up. It's all up to him. I can't make him. He says you need to get out and enjoy the sunshine, and just, he's like throwing his arms open and like lifting his head to the sun. and breathing. He says you need to just walk out your door, throw your arms out in the warm sun, and just soak it up. He says you're struggling, and he wants to help. But you have to ask him. They cannot override your free will choice. If you need help, and if you need help from him, I want to say that. If you need help with something that he was good at here on earth, that he would have been good helping you with here on earth. I always say, if Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in, don't ask Uncle Joe for financial help because he didn't understand how it worked here. But something he understood how it worked that he would be good at helping you with, and you need help with that, call on him. And then watch and see in the next few days. I always use the example. Say you want a different job, and you ask them for help to find this dream job that you want. But you have to ask them, because I can sit here and do all the dumb things I want to. My guides are up there going, Rhonda, why are you doing that? We told you not to do that. But I can. Free will choice. So ask. And then the next few days, somebody will call you and say, hey, or you'll run into somebody in the store or something. They go, hey, I've got an opening. I love this place I'm working for. You should come and apply for this job. I'm not saying that's the category. I'm just saying that's the way it works. You'd be amazed what they can help you with. But you have to ask, and then you have to give them permission. And then you have to be ready to allow whatever comes towards you after that. He says you're scurrying around in the rat race of life. He's showing me a picture of a rat and he's stepping on its tail so it can't go anywhere. Wants to kind of slow you down so you can enjoy the stuff around you, so you can enjoy the rat race. The rat race of life, he's calling. Maybe he used to use that term. Had to turn that noisy air conditioner off. Good grief. He's talking about pink. P-I-N-K. Pink. Pink flowers, pink walls, pink elephants, pink cars. Boy, I have no clue what he's talking about. Pink, pink. Everything's pink, pink flowers. Well, that one I'll be curious about, if any of that pink is true or comes through later. Maybe you'll see a pink car drive down the road tomorrow. Or maybe you own a pink car. Okay, he got very soft. And he says, tell him I love him. Tell him I admire him. Tell him I worship him for doing the things that I didn't do in life. Tell him not to take a back seat to anybody. Tell him to always sit in the front of the bus. Because you are worth every penny of it. Now and forever. Don't let anybody push you around. Don't make anybody make you feel less than. Life's too short. There's my validation. Life's too short to take a back seat to anybody. I keep hearing thumping outside. I know I'm in my camper, but it's like, and I know there's nobody outside my camper. So you should hear some probably very light thumping. It almost felt like it almost sounded like a hand, like boom boom on the side of my camper. Not a fist, a boom boom. So no, again, when you hear that, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want them. Sometimes you got to give them permission. They don't just pop in there and just do it. And sometimes they don't want to scare you, or sometimes they don't know that they would be welcome to. So I promise you 1,000%, he can hear you, he can see you. Talk to him all you want to. Ask him for help with certain things. Ask him questions, and then see if in the next couple of days something pops up to give you that answer. With that, he's going to leave. If you hear an extra noise, it's my little 3-pound puppy chewing on something. She's a little loud for no bigger than she is. Daddy's going to leave. He goes like this, and he bows. He bows to you. He says you're going to get through life better than he did, because he had internal struggles that he tried to hide. And you shouldn't have to in this lifetime. He says, if you work it right, everything will be crystal clear. Just open your eyes and see the beauty and the magic of the world. And then he starts singing and dancing like, he just starts singing. I don't even know what he's singing. He's just singing. Starts dancing a little wildly because I'm out of here. And with that, as he's walking away, he's kind of wiggling his butt to the music. I don't even hear the music, but I know there's music. That makes sense. Nothing in my world makes sense. Okay, thank you, my dear. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. See you later.